Earlier when we were discussing Mini Bridge, I showed you a bunch of different previewing options, different ways that you can go about previewing your images. Let's take a look at how to preview your images inside the full Adobe Bridge CS5. Well, first of all, I've selected a graphic here, my apples.jpg. You can select any graphic that you have available there. Doesn't really matter. It all works the same way here. And I'm after this preview panel over in the top right corner, so I'm just extending it out, and I'm going to drag the divider here between the preview and the metadata so that we can have a nice big preview there. I mean, I suppose this is one way that you could work, and then you could click through your images this way, right? Something like that, and you can get your previews there. That's fine. But what you can also do, and you might remember this from Mini Bridge, is I can actually click inside this preview area, and now I get this little preview window showing up. And I can drag around inside my image and actually get a nice large preview of the graphic or the different areas inside the graphic. So I can drag around inside this window if I want, or I can click inside the apples graphic or any image that you have, really. And then, of course, to close out of this guy, all you need to do is either click on the close icon there or just click anywhere inside that little preview box, that little preview window. Again, that'll work on any graphic that you have handy. You can see there's a lot of pixelation inside this graphic here, but that's really the idea there. So that's one way to preview your images. Kind of cool. You can certainly make use of that if you wish. Now, we have some other options. And again, a lot of these options we saw back in Mini Bridge. So I'll just zip through these quickly because we've already seen them. I'm going to head up to the View menu and then down to Full Screen Preview. And what Bridge does is flips me into this full screen mode. And of course, I can use my arrow keys on my keyboard now to navigate through all of my available graphics, right? Go ahead and hit Escape to get out of that full screen mode. And I'll head back to the View menu and then down to Slideshow. And again, this is one that we've already seen. We saw this back in Mini Bridge. Now we have a full screen self-running slideshow inside Adobe Bridge CS5. Again, pretty cool stuff. Once again, hit Escape to get out of that full screen mode, that slideshow view. I'll head back to the View menu. And then we have Review mode. I don't know if you remember this guy or not, but go ahead and choose this guy. This is our iTunes menu cover view, if you will. This guy here. And again, I'm just using my arrow keys here to sort of navigate around a little bit, this sort of thing. That's the idea there. Everything that we saw back in Mini Bridge applies here as well. You can use your navigation arrows down in the bottom left corner if you wish. You can use your preview little word bubble guy there. That's how I referred to him earlier anyway. So I can navigate around inside these images and get a larger preview of my graphics, this kind of thing. Certainly can do that. And I can also create something called a collection, don't forget. And I keep referring to this thing called a collection. You'll see how these guys work in just a little while. Anyway, I'll hit cancel there, and then make sure to hit the X in the bottom right corner to get out of that full screen review mode. So there you go. There's a bunch of different ways to go about reviewing or previewing your graphics inside Bridge CS5.